from? I mean, does everybody understand English okay?
Germany.
Guten Tag.
Good
Okay.
God. Spain, Barcelona.
Nice to have you. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Thank you. And you, sir?
Missouri.
Missouri, nice to have you. How about you two in the back? Okay. Uh-huh. You took a shower this morning, right?
Sorry?
He got it. You took a shower this morning, right?
Yes, every day.
They bite you? You're sitting apart. That's my whole thing. Okay. It's okay. Wow. I actually understood that one. Okay. Where are you from, sir?
Washington, D.C.
Nice to have you.
Thank you.
We are from Germany.
Yes? Guten Tag.
Guten Tag.
Okay, I have German translation. Let me hand those out.
Okay.
All right. You can pass this down. Now to $10, please.
Make it 20.
I am just for you.
You know what? Tariffs are kind of going up, so make it 45.
There we go.
Okay. All right, folks. I'm going to be your tour guide this morning. And just so you know right now, we're having some electrical work going in the house. So some parts of the house are going to be kind of worked on and dark. Okay? Just letting you know. Okay, so this beautiful mansion was actually built and owned by 4 different people. The first people that actually lived here, the Duncan family. They lived here for about 14 years before they had to sell their home. So Natalie here and Joe Duncan, okay? A little trivia here before we get started with the family. So notice that Natalie and Charlene Tilton are the same height. They're both 4'11". Go short. Now, I know there's so much to deal with. And Joe and Bob, they're the same height. They're both 6'3". Bit of a height challenge. Speaking of height, how tall are you, sir? With the glasses on your shirt. Sir? Hello? How tall are you?
1 meter 92.
So you're over 6 foot.
Yes.
Thank you. I love meter change. Thank you so much. For that, I'm going to call you Cliff Barnes. Okay. Okay. So Bob is not wearing a cowboy hat. He didn't want to mess up all that hair he's got. It was also taller than JR by 3 inches. So he would have been way too tall. Now Ray Krebs actually was their half brother. Because Jacques, back in the day, bad boy, he started the affairs, and in the show, back in the day in World War II, had an affair with the nurse. And that's where Ray came from. Now, Miss Elliott does not have a halo at all either. Hers is a little crooked too, because she had a thing for Digger Barnes. And that's where the feud of the Barnes and the Ewings came in. Okay. Well, when the Duncans lived here, Joe was actually a fantastic home developer. And for every home that he built, every bedroom had a full bathroom. So this mansion he built for his family only, and he also built them a summer home. They were raising 3 boys, and they did their summer studies in the mansion, so they did not allow any filming at all in this mansion because of that. Not to mention the cameras never would have fit down the hallways. They were just a little too big, okay? Well, when Joe built this mansion, it's about 5,030 square feet. And back then, back in 1972 when he broke ground, it was considered a mansion. Okay, so 200 acres, that's quite a bit of acres too. Master bedroom and bathroom are upstairs, and the boys' rooms are all down here in what I call the south wing. Well, Joe also had a fondness for quarter horses. He loved horses. And he turned this into the largest quarter horse working ranch out of Texas. And he even knew, but he sold a horse to John Wayne back in the day for $1 million. Must be nice to have that kind of money. Okay, well, 1978 happened along, didn't it? With Lomar Productions and CBS coming out with the miniseries of Dallas, not knowing it was going to pick up in popularity or not. Well, California, they had the cast and they had the scripts and everything. They just didn't have a mansion. Well, they have mansions in California, but they just don't have the acres that we have. So they came out here in a helicopter, and they just happened across this beautiful land and this magnificent home, and they thought, that's where we're going to film. So they set down the helicopter out front, and they thought, we're going to see if we can film. And the Duncans said, no, I'm so sorry. Not going to happen. And that's only because there's summer studies for the boys, and the cameras wouldn't fit. So they thought, well, we'll keep going. And speaking of somebody walking on the ground here, and sorry, they caught my eye. Okay, well, as it find out, 15 miles north at the Box Ranch in Frisco, Texas. Now, that's a big mansion, and that's actually the home of Dallas, where they filmed the first 5 pilot episodes. 2-story, and it sits on 5,500 acres of land. Quite a bit of land. Okay. Well, Clovis was also the owner of that establishment, and they wanted to film. And he said, sure, you can film, outside only. And he was also with the oil industry. So as they were filming, he didn't realize 2 things. It was fake, and the way they were portraying the oil industry. Didn't like that. So after the 5th episode, he asked them to leave. Interesting. So they found a new mansion to film inside, the Aldrich home. They did all the internal shots, the sweeping staircase, the long hallways, and all the 100 rooms. They took all that back to California, where they built a 40,000 square foot soundstage, and they built all the internal shots in. And then they still wanted to come out here, so they cut him a check. Well, they came back out here in a rental car, much better idea. And at that point when they did, the Duncans said, you're back. Yes, we want to film. And they thought, oh, okay, well, you'd have to film during the hottest months of Texas summer. I said, okay, we're good with that. We're from California, it gets hot out there too. I have no idea. Okay, but the check was nice because it had a lot of zeros. It was great. Well, as they went to film, story here that I found out from Linda Gray, was one day when they were filming out on the asphalt, it was already hot. The girls were wearing high heels, Miss Ellie and Sue Ellen, getting ready to film. Well, they were wearing high heels, and they were out on that asphalt, and it already started sinking into the asphalt. They were stuck. They couldn't film. They were stuck. They're like, we can't move. This is the wrong time to do this. They figured it out early morning, late at night. Okay, wonderful. Well, when they did, they thought, okay, still don't have the viewers. Well, they came up with the cliffhanger. Who shot JR 1980? Oh, that rose to #1 in syndication. 96 different countries and 55 different languages. Good job, JR. They should have shot you sooner, but okay. Well, everybody wants to know who shot him. Well, this is where it gets a little crazy for the Duncans. It's a good thing that they built a summer home. Because what they ended up doing is the Cowboys were playing in a stadium, and they made an announcement that they were going to play, instead of a normal concert, the theme music to Dallas, because it was so iconic. So they did that, and live commentators, live TV, broadcasters, and one of them made it slip that this was a real working ranch, and that you could come see JR and maybe get an autograph, because he's recuperating at this ranch, and here's the address. Okay, so the next morning, Duncans woke up to a lot of noise. They couldn't figure it out. Then they realized they were being invaded by Dallas. They thought he was here recuperating. They actually believed it. Well, they couldn't find him looking through all the windows in this mansion because they filmed 6 months in California and 6 months out here. So they decided to swim in Bobby's Olympic-sized pool, start taking their mail. The Duncans thought, okay, we're gonna pack up and go to our summer home. And that's what they did. They did that for 4 years. They still came out here and, filmed and everything. Well, the Duncans came back 4 years later after the back and forth, and they had to stop it and say, we're done. We're gonna have to sell it to another person. The next owner is Terry Trippett, a real live oil man out of Odessa, Texas. He's a multi-millionaire. They sold it to him for $7 million. Wow. Now, I've got somebody walking outside. Okay, that's all right. So at any rate, now it's like the Duncans being invaded by Dallas. As they did, I thought, well, I'm going to reopen this for filming and turn it into an Airbnb, which he did, for $2,500 a night. And people would actually stay here because it's very iconic. And he thought, well, I'm going to build an event center because people would also come out and do events because of this mansion being as iconic as it was. So he did that, and the show ended in '91. They did a movie to conclude it. They also brought out the cast for reminiscing and dedication to Mom and Dad, Miss Ellie and Jacques. When they were done, they all left, and Terry came back in a picture in about 1990. Yeah, probably about 1990. And he thought, well, I have a great business deal on the table here, and I'd like to put it all in, but I don't have enough of my own money. So I'm going to put the ranch up for collateral. He lost the deal. He went bankrupt, foreclosed on the mansion, because he did not have enough money to pay for a cup of coffee. So everybody who worked here got fired. Nobody else allowed on property for a couple years. Now, the next owner, Rex Mon, he's also a land developer out of Arizona. He does Forever Living products and makeup, so multi-million-dollar man. Well, he heard about this place and he thought, well, I know that's very iconic. And I heard that they started selling off the property because nobody was interested in buying it. About 160 acres out of the 200 got sold. We had 40 left. So he bought it for $2 million at auction and bought back 200 acres and reopened it for tourism. And he thought, okay, well, I'm going to decorate the house and name it for some of the rooms as they're going through it. Like the Ewings really did live here. So you're actually sitting in the Duncan's 3-car garage. That's why there's an echo in here. But he renamed it Bobby's Boardroom. We also have events in here. We have chuck wagon dinners, birthday parties, wedding receptions, you name it. He even provided the bar. And we had a shindig this weekend, so we ran out of bourbon. Sorry. Jacques, he brought in the picture of Jacques. Well, that painting was also done by a really famous artist. He did the I Dream of Jeannie bottles. Mario de la Casa, that's his handiwork. He did all the paintings of the cast in here. Okay? All right. Anybody have any questions before we go into the next room? Yes?
I don't remember that picture. Was that in?
Miss Ellie's?
Yeah. Was that in the film? Was that in the show?
No. That was just something that Mario actually painted because he wanted to bring in Mom and Dad.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Now feel free to take all the pictures you want with your devices, but if I see anybody trying to take them off the wall, I'm going to triple charge them. Okay? Come on in, and you can keep your translations. Those are yours. Okay? All right. Come on in and follow me.
Das stimmt, wenn die über der Fenster nachdenken. Das ist das erste Mal auch bei den Handvorgängen. Jetzt geht ja auf Toilette. Der geht auf Toilette.
Is our fourth time here, you know. And he was meet the Dennis cast for today, so he was at the Renaissance Hotel.
Oh, yes, yes.
Oh,
it's weekend.
yeah.
Oh, my
You paid for
goodness.
this year, yeah?
Nice,
Yes,
yes.
yes.
Oh, very good.
Yes,
Happy to hear
yes.
that. Nice.
We like a family with this.
You're like a family.
Yes.
They know us.
Oh,
Oh,
very
yes,
good.
yes, yeah.
Okay.
How long do you work here?
Oh, I've been working with the company as a whole for 12 years.
Yes, okay.
So I was last year, but I didn't see you.
That's because I wasn't
It
here.
was a colleague.
I mean, I was here, but I was over where you bought tickets. I was over in there. Okay. Well. Okay.
Yes.
Uh-huh. Okay. I feel like the nation of Dallas.
Yesterday.
You got the new gray.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
Oh, they will need
Oh,
that word
nice.
this year. Have all.
Look at that.
Yes, yesterday was Donna Myers.
Oh,
Yes.
wonderful.
Yes, Lee McCloskey, Ray.
Oh, yeah,
so,
Ray?
Josh,
Okay.
yes.
Nice.
Everything. Yes,
Oh.
was so great today.
That's awesome. Love it.
Do they have those every year? Do they have those experiences every year, or?
They're trying to do yearly.
Okay.
Last year was in October.
Yes, we was there.
Okay.
And I don't know why they chose August, but okay.
I was in town for another event, and then I'm like, oh my gosh,
Oh, you're like, oh, come on, really?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. One thing I was going to mention, when Rexmont actually bought this house, he also bought a hotel that's 7 miles from here, and he renamed it Southfork Hotel. That's where I came from.
Oh wow.
That's why I say as a whole, I've been with the company for 12 years. I started back at 13. So there you go. Okay. In this room was the Duncans' boys' playroom when they lived here. Interesting how they have this in between the dining room and the drive. Yeah. Okay. So, nothing but the best for JR though. After we renamed it, of course. Real leather wallpaper. Genuine. $38,000.
Für was jetzt? Hat das gekostet?
I promise it won't nibble or bite.
Das ist Leder.
Uh-huh. Right? Didn't mess around there.
Why is it so expensive?
That's what he wanted. Nothing but the best for him. You know? All right. So, okay, we're going to go down the hallway and show you some rooms. I'm going to tell you about them here, and I'll meet you in the next room. So, the dining room, when Terry Trippett was here for the live like I want to say, the $2,500 where you can stay the night. He brought in 4 waterford crystal chandeliers. There's 2 in the dining room, 1 in the entryway, and 1 upstairs above the bed instead of a mirror. Little 80s joke there. Okay? And they're $8,000 here. But when they did do the refilming and everything, the Duncans had left, they could do that. There are 3 rooms in this mansion that they did that with. The dining room, the kitchen, and the den. Okay? So ignore the wallpaper in the background, it's all blue. But just think of the furniture and everything that the Duncans left behind. Okay? All right. Now, the kitchen, of course, has been enlarged on the scene about 6 or 7 times the size so everybody in the cameraman could fit. Because as you'll see, it's a little too small. Okay? And nothing screams 80s like wallpaper on the ceiling. And anybody familiar with a trash compactor? Yeah. Okay, now before we go any further, the breakfast table out here. That was Natalie's that she left behind for the filming. Okay? And they bought her another table. It was very nice. But everything you remember in the show was here, legit. Okay? All right. I am going to let you look through, take pictures. I'm going to be in Jacques' den and we'll go from there, okay?
Aber ist egal, was sie gesagt haben. Immer unser geiles Gruppenfoto, Jens.
Oh, that's so cool.
Oh,
Look at that. Oh my goodness. Yes.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yay.
It was Friday night. Here it was.
Well, I wasn't here. I was here Friday, but not Friday night. So, but I have met two of them. Charlie Tilton, when she actually stayed in the hotel, and her daughter Cherish was here.
Can I hold this hair glass?
Okay.
Okay. Welcher kommt mal ganz
10
kurz
Euro.
dagegen?
Ihr macht immer dann die Sache, macht
Ich stoß mal zu.
Okay, I'm gonna turn more lights on.
dann
I'll be
macht
right
ihr auch
back.
dasselbe. Macht ihr von uns.
Please.
Und wir machen auch.
Okay, ja.
Ihr habt gesagt, hat eben ein Video von euch gemacht. Nee. Foto. Mach doch mal ein Video, machen
Ein Video ist hier.
Lass ihn doch machen.
Prost.
Prost.
Ich mache noch ein Foto von euch auch noch. So. Und jetzt machen wir ein Foto. So.
Sorry, let me get another way. Okay.
Danke, Herr Markus.
Bitteschön.
Wir haben doch gleiches Haus.
Achso.
You're welcome.
Das machen wir mal ein Gruppenfoto von uns. Das ist eigentlich nicht
Oh,
was.
wait.
Wenn wir weitergehen.
Jetzt gibt es aber nicht. Müssen wir später machen.
I can make it, but it might take me a century.
Annette, wollen wir zu viel für den Wohnzimmer?
I'm actually gonna
natürlich.
move over. Oops, sorry. I'm gonna move over here, get the light out of there. Okay. There we go. Okay, so zero century thing. Okay, you ready?
Jetzt?
1, 2, 3. There you go.
Thank you very
You're
much.
welcome. Okay.
So.
So far. Okay. So, down that hallway is where the boys stayed when they lived here, the Duncans boys. When Rex Mon came in and decorated, he renamed those rooms after the actors and actresses. Lucy, Yellow Rose of Texas, a little Spitfire, yes I said it, little pistol. And then of course a very young Bobby, like 10 years old Bobby, okay? Now there's a crime scene down that hallway. Okay, did anybody watch The New Generation? It was only in the United States. You did?
yeah, I didn't realize it was only in the U.S., but yeah.
Okay. Did you watch it all the way through?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. Did you, sir? Okay. All right. So the reason I'm asking is because the one scene, the masterpiece scene, was done in this mansion only.
Oh, wow. Uh-huh.
Right. Okay. So that's why it's all dark down there, because it actually is supposed to be in Mexico.
Mhm, right.
So when JR was diagnosed with cancer, he was also an alcoholic. He had cirrhosis of the liver. He needed a life-saving transplant, and he got one. And he thought, oh, I have a new lease on life. I'm going to continue drinking. Sorry, couldn't help that. Well, he couldn't get another one, so he went to the doctor and producers and said, okay, I'm not going to make it past 2012. I would like to put in the script that I'm going to have somebody shoot me, my best friend Bum, and I'm going to frame somebody for the murder.
Oh, yeah,
Okay. Cliff Barnes gets framed because they want to frame him and put him in prison because they're tired of the feud between the Barnes and the Ewings. So they go Bum grabs his gun out of a locker, does the dirty deed, put that gun back in his car. The police come and find him, arrest him, and guess what? He can't stop saying repeatedly, I never shot him, I didn't shoot him, I didn't do it, I didn't do it. Okay, how many times are you going to say it, Cliff? So, what happened was they actually did the one scene in this mansion as dedication to JR and his performance. So they painted this hallway only for this one scene, and then there's a crime scene down there where a chalk outline, it doesn't do him justice, but that's okay, and it shows his chalk outline of his body, and then roughing up the room, okay? But that one scene was actually done in this mansion. What they did was they actually took the staircase in here in this mansion, walked it all the way up to about halfway, and then continued filming down the hallway, representing the Hotel Colonna, Mexico. There are numbers on those doors representing your room number, okay? Go on through to Mexico, and I'll see you on the flip side, okay? You might need your passports. Shall
Adesso in italiano. Ja, das ist Sandstein.
Das war die Szene weg. Aber in 2012, ja? Oder? Ja.
No, però che pensa non è. C'è una cosa da chiedere. Dentro il cazzo.
Perquè devia haver una hòstia de bralles. Tot trencat. Sí que devia passar aquí un terrabastant. Aquí va haver un assassinat o alguna cosa.
Sì.
Aquí va anar, devia anar hòsties.
Das ist ja geil, wenn dass du das hier nachher tun.
Hier haben die Bobby erschossen. Ja.
Was er dann gestanden, den Krieg, die mussten wir doch aus der Wärme nehmen. Ach so.
Cada un tenia la seva habitació, Cada habitació la seva.
No, a l'altra.
Aquí aquesta habitació no va.
Va.
Deu ser el bon.
Hier ist auch ein Movie. Ja, meine Kasse.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Schlafzimmer.
Michael? Michael, kannst du mal kurz reinkommen? Michael, das ist
Weil ich ja Fotos.
ein bisschen weiter sein.
Aber nur Schiffe, das steht ja.
Zweite was du halb noch.
Alles klar, danke dir.
Guck mal, wenn nicht, dann machen wir noch.
Machst du nicht von Lina alleine? Markus, ja.
Wir sind damals auf den Balkon gegangen hier, aber jetzt hier so.
Jens hat schon ein gutes Foto. Eigentlich nur hier.
Markus ist.
Nee.
Ich wollte gerade sagen.
War das Chair oder Bobby? Aber mit Schwiegen, ja, links rum.
Mit dem schönen Glas auf meiner Weise.
Jetzt bin ich auf irgendwas rein.
Ja. Hier ist auch was. Dusche. Kannst zweimal duschen.
Rechts Bobby, links ja.
Na?
Rechts Bobby, links ja.
Genau. Hast du gesehen? Wir haben noch Toilette, Handy, Toilette.
Telefon.
Guck mal da.
Ja, habe ich gesehen.
Hier geht's auch. Telefonieren dann hier.
Ja. So, jetzt gehe ich mal raus. Michael, das macht was.